Okay, give me a second. I know she's talking, but I will need to unmute. Oluchi, if you guys can hear me, you need to unmute. Your mic is muted. So we really didn't hear what you said.
Is it muted?
Yes.
Can you hear? Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
now. Yes.
I said story is a real life happening or a story you heard from someone.
Okay. A real life happening or a story that you heard from someone. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Let us
Someone else.
rub our hands together, rub our hands. Those online, you can give the clapping reaction, but let's clap for her. Everyone, I can see you. Rub your hands together. Thank you. One more person.
Storytelling is narrating an event that happened either to entertain people or to pass information.
Thank you very much. Either to entertain people or to pass information. Please let's clap for her. Okay. Drew says giving an account of an event. Yes. That's true. That can be story. So, but yes, how do stories happen? What happens that you now say, okay, because this thing has happened this way, it is a story.
from the document that the assignment came from. I think stories happen when somebody wants something and the trouble he has to go through to get that thing. I think
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Favor. When somebody wants something, has troubles getting it. That's correct. Any other person? Oluchi, there's a guy in black. He's sitting behind the guy in yellow. He's between the lady in check and the guy. Yes, fantastic. That's what happens in. Oh, he shock you. Okay, okay, no, Alana. So yes, tell us. How do you think good stories happen? How do you think stories naturally happen?
Story happens. Story happens when it contains maybe like characters or actors and somebody who is listening who gets information from what happened when the person was not there. Maybe sometimes it could be fiction or non-fiction, but at the end somebody gets an information of what the person was, well, what happened when the person was not there.
Fantastic. I think this team brilliant is really brilliant though.
We have another respondent.
Let's clap for him, please. Let's clap for him. Thank you. We want one more person. One more person. Yes, I can hear you.
I think stories happen for me in two ways, or more than two ways.
Okay.
One, it will be based on personal experience, like what I experienced, I can use it to tell a story. I can actually, it can happen based on what I heard or see. It might not be personal experience. Just like my fellow student here mentioned, it can also be fictional. So that's another part of storytelling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's clap for him. All right, so I'm going to bring back my screen because I do not want it to no expo. All right, great. So I'm sure you can see my screen now. My screen says, should I zoom in closer? Can you see? With this, is it better now? I think it should be, right? So yes, a good story happens because somebody wants something and has trouble getting it, right? And usually I would always say that the somebody is at the center of any good story. I know we've had um what we think is a good story, right? But so I want us to take some time. We might not take some like as much time as the previous time, but I want us to take some time to understand who is the somebody, right? So who is the somebody that is in a story? I want us to identify the kind of somebody we can have. It could be a person, but just like I think that next time when you're answering my questions, especially those in Massacre, please remember to tell us your name because now I want to make reference to somebody and all I can say is the guy in black. So apologies to you, the guy in black. But just like he said, right? Characters. In fact, I love the fact that you narrowed it to actors, right? Because sometimes when we say characters, people think, oh, is but yes, let me narrow it down, right? So actors, but so the actors can be human beings, they can be non-animate objects, they can be they can be they can even be an ideology that somebody is pursuing, right? But at the center of every good story, this is a proven fact, right? That at the center of every good story is a strong character, a developed character. A story must revolve around something, right? Whatever and that something can be somebody. It can be anything, but bottom line of around something. And that something is your somebody. But um okay. So but I'm going to narrow it down. Let's understand what that somebody is, right? And on my slide, if you can read, you would see that I had written the somebody gives you the character, not just a name. What do you understand by that, Shama? Shama, what do you understand by the somebody gives you the character, not just a name? Abi, it's now that Shama's mic will now start having issues. Shama, are you here? Did you forget your name?
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good
I'm
morning.
here. Yeah, my
So
name
what do
is
you
Shama.
understand?
Yeah, what I understand from the somebody gives you the character. The
Not just
character,
a
let's
name.
say,
Not just a name. Not just the character. Not the emphasis is on not just a name.
okay, a character is
Mhm.
the person or the main focus of the story. What
Yes.
the that is it might not be a name of a person. It can be you're telling a story about a place, about about something, about anything, but is the main focus of the story.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Please, can we clap for him? Thank you. Dear Long, I can see that you can only join as a viewer. That's fine, no problem. If you are joining just as a viewer, you can as well just using the chat box. No problem. We understand that. Bottom line, we are all learning, yes. So yes, the character gives you not just a name. Let's go to Massacre. I want to hear from the lady with the baby. So, what do you understand by the character is not just the name? Do you understand it, and what do you understand by it? Who is that person that ran away from his seat? Okay. All right. No, don't worry. Let's start with the one with the baby first. We'll get back to her.
Yeah, no.
When they say the character is not the name, it could be the the character could be objects. The character could be objects. It could be animal, and it could be place.
Great. Thank you very much. Let's clap for her. Okay, one more person. Just the lady in front. I can she's very Ankara dress with the glasses. Thank you.
Right, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. From my understanding, someone gives you the character, not just a name. I think it means the character, just like every other person has answered. It could be anything. That is the main focus of that story. It could be you're talking about money, you're telling a story about an event that happened before you. Anything. It mustn't be a name. Mustn't be. It could be anything. Where you live, outside, anywhere. So it just generally anything that you're talking about. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's clap for her. Now, I have a 1,000 naira recharge card question. And this is for of course all of us, just those joining online. 1,000 naira recharge card. Those joining favor, close your ear, close it, and those and those joining from Massacre. You are going to do a competition of describing a strong character, right? I want you to describe now that we've established that the character is not just a name, right? That is given. The character is not just a name, right? It is beyond a name. So I want you guys, this one now, everybody, if you want to talk, you can raise your. I'm not calling anybody. So I want you to describe I want you to build a very strong character. Do we start online or should we start with Massacre?
Start with Joyce.
I should okay. All right. So fastest finger. Are the fastest hands? 3, 2, 1, go. Yes.
My name is Andrew.
Okay.
I don't really know if I understand your question though, but to build a strong character.
Mhm.
that
Just
happened
build a strong character. Ah, what happened now?
Okay, my name is Esther Sam Audu. From my understanding, let me try building a character here. So, my character is Masaka Central Hospital. Masaka Central Hospital is offering everybody that lives in Masaka a free eye service on the 10th. I think Masaka Central Hospital here is the character, based on my understanding. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That was a good attempt. Let's see. if anybody can beat her. Yes. Any other? Okay, so I can see Favor's hand up. So let's have Favor first. Favor. Hey, God. I like throwing my money and keeping it in my pocket. It used to give me joy. Yes, Favor, go ahead.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
My character is Ove.
Okay.
He stays in a remote village in Nasarawa, God, precisely called Alakio, in the early
Okay.
1950s,
Okay.
as at the time where colonial masters ruled.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. Favor, you think you're wise. So you read what we put on the sheet and you just gave us answer to it. 50 over 100. As teachers will say, you did not go outside the box. You didn't do further research. It was a very good try, fantastic, because you stick to the rules. However, I think there's more. So I'll still give you a chance to sit down and to to mute your mic and re-strategize. Anyone else want to try Masaka? I see. Shama, yes, you can type if you want to, right? Because I do understand that if you are a viewer, you can only use the chat box. So yes,
Someone
Ish.
wants to try Makada.
Okay, okay, one person wants to try. Yes, go ahead.
Said Nasser because I think a strong character is what describes that particular.
Build your own.
I should build.
Your own
Okay,
story.
it's just like me entering this hall now, not greeting anybody. I just sat quiet. They close. I just left without saying any word to anybody. So the next person, if they ask you who is Sapiat, I know that that person will say exactly this woman is like she's a rude somebody or she's not friendly. So if they are to describe me now, if he is to describe me now, he said Sapiat is a very rude and like a wicked
Please,
somebody.
everybody, stand up and clap for her. Don't sit on your seat. Stand up and clap for her. Thank you. Oluchi, please send me her phone number immediately.
Okay, okay.
Thank you very much. So let Papa Pam finish. See you in the next trivia. So yes, when you are building a good character, right? It's not just about the name. It's not just about where the person lives. It's beyond it. You have to look at the psychology of that person, right? If I tell you now, describe Esther, for instance, or let me even say, if I ask you, oh, you all know one Esther in your life, and I say, okay, describe Esther. I know that the first thing you tell me is her name is Esther. She's 16 years old. Um, she lives in Alakio. I mean, where did Favor say? Uh, Nasarawa Igor, right? She's a very rude girl. She's a very pleasant girl. She's very beautiful. She's tall. Right? And if your character is well built, people will care about your character or people will dislike your character. So that's why when I started this slide, I started with pause and ponder, right? If I ask you now to tell me a character in your favorite movie, I'm sure that you even tell me, all you will probably tell me is the name. You start describing how the person is, whether the person is smart, whether the person is annoying, whether the person is very foolish. Now, the point is, if you are able to build very strong characters, you will build, you're already 50% into doing a strong story, right? Now, I know that we're diverse in this room. Some of us are interested in content creation. Some of us are interested in documentaries. Some of us are interested in even writing or even comms for organizations, right? Now I'm going to tell you for free, right, that whatever, so long as storytelling is concerned, right? Whether it is from William Shakespeare, Wale Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Quincy Jones, whoever is the originator of your stories, right? Their stories were built in solid characters. Now, even if you are a journalist in a newsroom, what differentiates a good journalist and another journalist is your ability to build what? Strong characters. So let me give you an example. Let's narrow it down to content creation. I want to give you an example in each of these categories so that whatever you're interested in, you can always relate, right? So let's say content creation. Quickly, somebody give me a name. Who is your favorite content creator? Anybody, somebody online, offline? I mean, just let me hear. You can unmute and say, Favor, what kind of name is it? I don't know this person.
My own is Gigi.
Hilarious Sonny. Thank you. Do we all know Hilarious Sonny? We do, right? We know Hilarious Sonny. Lai Wasabi. Good. I'm going to use these two Lai Wasabi. Lai Wasabi is winning. No. Okay. We'll see how we can bring him here. But so let me use these two content creators, for instance, right? Why do you like Hilarious Sonny? Do you like him because he's a person that exists and his name is Hilarious Sonny? Who said Hilarious Sonny? Who? You can be thinking, if you want to respond, you can raise your hand. Me, I give things for participation because I like it. Who said Hilarious Sonny? David, do you want to tell us? I don't know, is David a viewer or a participant? I think he's a viewer. Okay, no, David, you can type it. In Massacre, those that said yes, we know who is that coming late. Jesus, let me stone you from here. Yes, who said Hilarious Sonny? Who wants to go? Who wants to go? Who wants to go? Hilarious Sonny.
Hilarious Sonny,
Ewo.
should I say?
Yes, please. Tell us what you like about him.
One thing about him is that his story resonates with the people of Jos Hood. He bring out the history and the childhoodness of Jos. There are some things that are history, but he bring back the memory on his content creation, so it resonates with his immediate environment. You can easily relate with his story. That's one thing that make his content creation unique.
Fantastic. But should I shock you?
Yeah, shock
There are
me.
people who don't live in Jos, who have never been in Jos, who have never even been to Nigeria, but they like his content. Why? And they can relate to his content. Why do you think so? I like this thing that you brought because you have opened another dimension that we should also understand. Why do you think they like his content? Why do you think they relate to his content?
Maybe
Dogara,
because of
let me not put it on.
maybe because of the
Go ahead.
particular language he used.
Language. If
Yes,
somebody is not from Nigeria, it means he doesn't understand
he
Hausa.
he majorly used Hausa now.
But there are people who are not in Nigeria, but they still relate and they may not understand. Because if you go to his comment section, I've seen comments like, "Please, can somebody? It's funny, but can somebody interpret what he said?" So I'm not
Okay.
saying that the language is not it, but I'm saying it goes beyond the language, right? So yes, the language is funny, yes, but it goes beyond the language. Favor says uniqueness. No, no. Why David says why I love Hilarious Sonny is because of his unique style of comedy. His story is relatable to my childhood. Relatability, yes, but that's not it. Not just as a person, but my friends that possess his character while growing up. Also, every Nigerian can relate to his childhood. Yes, but I think we're still thank you for all these contributions, right? Because it helps me to also understand something. It shows that we've not truly connected the importance of building strong character, right? Hilarious Sonny. There are people who create content like Sonny's content. If I know that if I ask some of you here, most of you would think that they can attempt Sonny's kind of content, right? But you realize that two people, in fact, maybe you've seen that scenario where you saw a content somewhere or somebody's trying to create content, but the person's content looks like another person's content. Then the other person probably has millions of views. Then you just look like a wannabe beside the person because your content is probably 6 likes or even 6 eyeballs. I don't know if you can relate, right? Now, the difference between these two people is that one character is properly built. The first thing that Sonny's content has over every other content creator is that his character is strongly built. You already know that Sonny's, wherever you see Sonny, once he wears his blue dress, you already know that is Mayo's son. Am I lying? You already know that he's a stubborn boy, right? In fact, if you see him, it's almost like, Thor, Sonny, what have you done again today? That's the first thing that comes to your mind. Because you already understand his character, you understand his mind, you understand how it works for him, right? So, looking at Lai Wasabi, for instance, imagine Lai Wasabi comes to this class now, and he comes and he's not speaking the law. Do you understand? Imagine Lai Wasabi comes here and he's not saying the law, and he's not even trying to tell you anything about the law. Do you think you like him? Do you think you find him funny? Let's be honest, do you think you find Lai Wasabi funny? If he just comes and he holds mics and he's probably talking what I'm talking, do you think you find him funny? I don't think we will, right? Because what is funny about Lai Wasabi is his character. His character is a what? Is a funny person. That's why when Safiat said that, she's, whether people would think whether she's a rude person or now, why it is important for you to build a solid character is that when you build a solid character, people feel like they know the character so much that unconsciously they are trying to predict what this character is going to do, how this character is going to. And a good story is a story that engages people's minds. Most of us don't like Nollywood. Why? Because once you see a story, you feel like you already know how the story will end. Am I lying? There are good stories, though. There are some stories that are good, though. But sometimes once you see a story, you already feel like what? Like you already know how the story is going to end. Why? Because the characters themselves were not built properly. So, for instance, I have 3 people, right? One is a shy person. The other person is a very peaceful and calm person. The other one looks like that my sister in pink. She can slap anybody anytime and any. Just try her, na, you will collect, right? Now, if I come and you have these 3 people standing, and I mistakenly step on those 3 people, like I stepped on them one after the other, and I move, how do you think they are going to react? How will the shy person react? Anybody, somebody? How will the shy person react? Quickly. Yes. Favor says tell sorry. Okay.
The shy person might not want to talk because the person will not want to get offended also. Then the second person, who is a cool person, might politely tell you, oh, you step on me. Why the third person, who is shy person aggressive?
Yes.
We want to even push you to feel like, that is how you step on me. So those are the 3 characters.
Fantastic. Thank you. Let's clap for her. Thank you. I can see it's the same thing that I'm seeing here. David says a shy person won't retaliate, which is mostly true, right? So yes, these are 3 characters. And if, for instance, your story has these three characters, imagine a shy person slapping another person. Is that not a? It's like it may likely not happen, right? You don't even think that a shy person will slap another person because it's out of character. You understand? But if you have a rude person, you already understand that this person head they hot. He can do anything, right? My point here is that all of these things I'm trying to explain is that when you are building your characters in storytelling, your characters have to be properly established and built, all rounded, right? So that when your characters take certain actions, people already know, people understand. You don't have to come and start telling me, I'm wearing gold. Okay, I gave this example in the other class that when I people have not most of you have not seen me physically, right? So imagine I come to this massacre class and I'm coming in by the door and a Lamborghini or a Tesla truck drops me, and when I drop, I have my proper wig, bob, makeup on fleek, probably from the best makeup artist, and I have like four golden rings on my hands, two of my hands, and a very big 21 carat, 6 or maybe 21 kilos of gold on my neck. And I step into this class. Do I need to tell you people that I'm rich? And maybe if I, in fact, maybe when I met you now, I'm like, you're saying good morning, mama. Hello, hello. Even my good morning is not even coming out well. Oh, good morning. My good morning is rich. It's oozing. And then you're like, oh, how are you, ma? And then I'm just giving you nails. And when I'm pointing at you, you're seeing one red, properly groomed nail. Do I need to tell you that I'm a proper Nepo baby? Do I even need to tell you that I'm rich? Do I even if I do, do you understand why? Because my character, even from my appearance, already shows you. You already so now let's say I walk into this class and I begin to hug all of you. Wouldn't that surprise you? Right? Or I say, ah, guys, come, 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 and I let's do a selfie, and I'm speaking proper posh English, and I guess that's where we now begin to say, ah, this person is rich, but he's very humble. Abby, right? So my point is when you're building your characters, you even build your characters right from the outside, from where people can see to how what you say, and even the psychology of your characters is the same thing. So I've given you content creator, right? I can give you this example even with documentaries. And I would always say, like the last time I said to them in one of the classes that as a good storyteller, even if you are a photographer, when I come into this hall, for instance, that I look at you people. From looking at you, I can know who those that are in character and those that are not in character. I know those people that get bored easily because when I can see them, they are pressing their phone. So, for instance, if I want to see they are catching themselves and now arranging yourself, I've seen all of you. I know that I've snapped yourself. So let's say that I'm looking for characters of people who get bored easily. Will I go and snap the person that is looking at is looking at the screen engagingly? No. I probably look for the person who is about closing his eyes, or this sister that started yawning since morning. I've just been trying to not to say, Auntie, have you eaten? Please, if there's food or Luchi, please, there's somebody that needs food here, right? So I'll probably want to snap people who don't look engaged because the character I'm looking for as a photographer is what? Bored people, right? If I'm looking for happy people, I know who I'm looking for. Those ones that have been smiling. I know that this one is good for my camera. That's why some of you go to church Sunday after Sunday, but you don't have one picture that media people have snapped you. And it's probably because you are not engaged in church, or every time they want to put their camera on you, you are pressing phone, or every time they are putting their camera on you, you are giving. See, I don't know how many of you have experienced this. They are called all these media people that used to just disturb people in church. They come with their camera, in your mind, be like, no, don't even video you. Don't put me on the screen. And truthfully, they put another person. Why do you think that happens? Because from your facial expression, they're already seeing that you're not interested in their camera. They move to a more friendlier face, right? So my point is that even photographers look for characters. Good photography is that's why when you hear people say, hey, I'm a nature photographer, because they are good with capturing animals. And if you look at their pictures, a nature photographer, for instance, if you look at the lion, right, you would see, have you ever seen a shy lion or a lion that is not bold? When a nature photographer is trying to snap a lion, because by nature you understand that a lion is a bold and courageous animal, he always takes the lion in moments where he looks bold and courageous, because that's when his character is truly out, right? When you are a photographer and you want to take a happy picture, you look for somebody who is probably smiling ear to ear or even laughing. And then people call it moments, right? Why do you see why are these moments captured? Because the character of that person or the character that you are looking for at that moment is clear. Do you understand? It's very clear. So my point is, whether you're telling stories as a writer, as a videographer, as a photographer, as whatever form of storytelling, the first thing you should master is getting the character. What is the character? What character do I need at that moment? And the character is beyond a person. Do you understand it? And that's why if you go to photography now, if they say, if they even tell you, do your hand like this, or move to the right, do your ear like this. Some ladies self, they've crammed the thing already. But when you put the camera, they're already doing, because they get it. And then when you want to throw a joke, you say, ah, this one is in character. Is that not what they say? They say, ah, this one is in character, right? Because the character is already there and it's fully established, right? So bottom line, my dear brethren, all the things I'm trying to say in this my English language, is that the foundation of a proper story is what? Somebody who gives you the character, not just a name, but a person in a specific place at a specific time, living a specific life, right? There's another slide. When we go on, we will go a bit deeper, right? Because it's a bit deeper than this. But bottom line, this is who a character is, right? So let's go to the next slide. Now, if you fall in love with somebody, which is, I'll always say, when you're building characters, make sure you build a character that you fall in love with. When we get to Five Finger Deep, you will understand that better, because I took time to explain this very well. It's still tied to characters, right? But so that person, that character that you want, a good story, remember we said, is somebody wants something, right? Okay. Well, now, somebody wants something. Wants something, I say here, gives you the goal, right? Um, the goal, the question story, the story question. That will be what. So that will be, what is this story about? Sometimes it is a dilemma forced onto the character. So what does this character want? If I ask you now, let me bring you back on my screen so I can ask. The guy with the bag, he's beside the lady with Burberry dress. They are behind my brother in black. That's it. Yep, that's him. So what how do you feel when you don't get what you want?
Feel bad.
What's your name first?
My name is Tony.
Colin.
Tony.
Oh, Toby, fantastic, Toby. How do you feel when you don't get what you want?
Tony. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I said, how do you feel when you don't get what you want?
I will feel bad and sad at the same time.
You feel sad. So now, are you sad? Do you have all that you want?
You have all that you want.
No. No.
So are you sad?
For now, no.
Okay. No, Allah. Thank you very much. Okay, let's give it to the person, just the sister and the lady beside you, the sister in Burberry. Uh-huh. Is it Burberry? Sorry, oh. Is it Gucci? Okay. So how do you feel when you don't get what you want? You feel these people are nice. So you just feel sad, that's all. Hey God.
I
Okay.
I would feel like the whole world is against me and nothing good is happening in my life.
Okay. Okay, no, Allah. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's often how we most times feel, right? Now, um, the truth is that when we want something, right, most times we try to go for it, and that's where the story of our lives begin. If not, really, why are we living? The story of our lives begin because we want something. You're all here because you feel you want to learn, Abby? Or are you here to fulfill all righteousness? Let me just know. If you are here to fulfill all righteousness, please give your name by the door outside. Ju- I didn't say anything will happen. No, please just help us give your name by the door outside. If you are here to fulfill all righteousness, but if you are really here to learn, it's, you want something, right? And you're expecting that at the end of this training you will get something, right? Now, every properly built character wants something. And you know the interesting part? We relate to what we want differently based on our character. If not, can we all be thieves? Don't we want money? Let's go rob the bank. But some of us would never do that. Why? Because it's not in our character, right? It's not in us. Some people is even fear. If not, if they are not afraid, they will rob bank. Some people it's the fact that morally you think stealing is wrong, right? And so my point is that different motives based on your character, right? Meaning that when you have a character, the way that this character will react to wanting something is what is different, right? Now, when you build a strong character, so let's say you are building a fictional story, right? And you build a strong character. When you build a strong character, the first thing that you should do is throw now make it clear to the people, what does this character want? It has to be clear. Do you understand? If it's not clear, people will not follow the story. We hear story of, if I say now I want to play story of Dangote now, Abi, you don't want to watch, maybe because you want to make money or you want to learn how he made money, right? Because you already know what Dangote wants. Dangote constantly wants money. But if I come here and I say I'm about to play the story of Dorcas Bello to you, you probably haven't understood my character well. Do you think you'll be interested if they say, oh yeah, choose between Dorcas Bello's story and Dangote's story? Let's be honest. How many of you will come and watch me? Talk true. Oh yeah, if you watch me, raise your hand. Hey, Chimo, I need to do better. Favor. You dey whine me, you dey whine me. No problem. I still not give you that recharge card. Right? But yes, the truth is that you would not want to watch my story because you have not understood my character, right? But you understand Dangote's character and you already know what Dangote wants. Do you even know what I want in this life? You don't, right? So my point is that if you build a strong character, the next thing you want to do is make it clear, what does this character want? And if you look at even the comedy, all of the skits you watch, it follows the same pattern. Sometimes what the person wants might not be in the beginning, it might be at the middle. But one thing I know for sure is what this person wants is very clear. So if you want to tell a story and what your somebody wants is not clear, you're going to tell a flat story. Because people will not relate. People will not follow the journey. It's like you're about to start a race. You all know you're watching that race. Why? Because you know that the end goal of the race is to reach the finish line. Abi? You stay to watch because you want to see who reaches the goal first. If it's football, you want to see which team scores, and that's why you're sitting to watch, right? In football, the somebody are your footballers. The ones is their goal to score a goal to win the game, right? Abi, how many of you want you sit down to watch football because you don't want anybody to win? It doesn't even work. Even if you don't want anybody to win, you probably want to see who is more skilled in football, right? So if you are building a strong, so let's even say that you are a fashion designer. I know one of the ladies in group B said she's a fashion designer, right? So let's even say you are a fashion designer, for instance, and you are creating content for yourself. And then you are fashion designer and all you come is you just wear the dress, or you just be show your content every time is you are showing people inside your shop. Now shop we go buy, eh? Or you are a fashion designer and all you come, you be showing people every day they are matching keke every day. Chuku 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 chuku. Do you think you have customers? Do you even think you have followers? Why? Because your want is not clear. But let's say you're a fashion designer and today you make a new clothes and you wear it or you bring a model to display the clothes. Do you think people will engage with you? Yes, you're going to have some level of engagement. Why? Because people know that you are trying to maybe you want to show them your design. Abi? So you can even go deeper and create a personality. We will talk about that in future, right? Creating personality. If you want to ever make it in content creation, in storytelling, your personality has to be clear and strong. No two ways about it. Your personality must be clear and strong, right? If I say, for instance, the fashion people, there are plenty fashion designers. Well, why are all of you calling Vicky James? You think she's the best person that can sew in Nigeria? They are way better designers. Due respect to her craft, she's good at it. But my point is, there are people who design better than her. But why do you think Vicky James is a media personality? Is a media fashion designer? Because her personality is strong. People always see her as, oh, that girl that came from the slums but built herself and became good at her craft, right? People associate themselves with her story. Her character is strong. Her wants is that girl is fighting poverty. She has fought poverty with all her heart, and we see it through her fashion, right? So, bottom line, you create a very strong. I'm not telling you the structure of storytelling, whether documentary or whatever ways. I'm watching my time. In 2 minutes time, we'll do an icebreaker, and then we'll push. We still have like two or more flights to go, right? But my point is that you create this character, right? And then you put up a strong want, a strong goal, right? So that whoever is watching your story knows your character and knows what your character wants, right? There's a part of creativity in it, which we will discuss later, eventually, on how to creatively portray all of these things. Because if you create character and you just come and is rudeness all over the place, and then the person wants to succeed, you may still have maybe 50 people watch your content, right? There's a place where you have to be creative around how you deliver your somebody and how you deliver your wants something, right? So 2 minutes, perfect timing. Can we all stand up? Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm watching you. Anybody that sees you will see that. Thank you. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Oh, you're not stretching. You're doing prime and proper. Hey, good. All right, so walk around, greet two people. When I say walk around, I mean if you're on the left side of the hall, go to the right side. If you're on the right side, go to the left side. Please, the person on camera, can you move back so I can see everybody and their actions? So let me know the people that are not moving. Thank you. All right, come back to your seats. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm going to give you one example now. Do you see that these days, even mechanics that create better, in fact, let me even give you an instance. My friend, I have a friend, and I met him. I'm going to share his, what's it called, his handle with you guys on the group chat. I met this guy in a conference in Kenya. They all brought content creators, storytellers into the room in a conference in Kenya. Guess what's the guy's job? He's a mechanic. They paid his flight from Uganda to Kenya as one of the content creators. And as we speak right now, he's still a mechanical, but he's even hosting people's weddings and big shows in Kenya. How did he come into limelight as a content creator? This mechanic, during 2020, COVID time now, a lot of people had times in their hands and business wasn't moving. And because he's a sort of funny guy, let me just put it like that, right? He started videoing himself talking about issues of what COVID has done to them in Uganda and eating granuts. So he's doing it and eating granuts and videoing. And even when he's working as a mechanic, right, he's fixing cars and he's making videos. And suddenly he resonated with people and people started watching. Right now, as we speak, I don't even know how many followers he has anymore because most times if I just check his page, it's like um let's check. Let me check. Uncle Mo. Anyway, his name is Uncle Mo. If you want to check it out, you can check him out by yourself. His name is Uncle Mo. So right now he has 165,000 followers, right? On Instagram. I think he has more on on TikTok, so on YouTube, right? But my point is that Uncle Mo is was a mechanic, because right now I don't even know if he's still practicing, because he's gone full blown into content creation and everything. He's a mechanic, and if you even go to his page, you will see mechanic slash content creator. So my point is that whatever you're doing these days is all about visibility. It's about being seen, right? But you want to ask yourself, how do you want to be seen? It's not about how and the manner, but how do you want to show up? What character are you showing people? Right? So let me drop a secret nugget for you. Now, anybody that is not in this room has missed it. I'm going to tell you a secret to understand character in content creation. And I'll use broadcasting, for instance. I'm going to use broadcasting, for instance. I want three people to tell us who their favorite either radio presenter or TV presenter is. Anybody volunteer? Who wants to go? People online. How far now? I'm not hearing from you people again. No favor. Augustine.
Yes, ma.
Who is your favorite on-air personality? Rufai. Hey, who is saying Cyril Stober? This person is ancient of days. Who is that? ah, okay, no problem. We'll not slide you. You have your reasons. Cyril Stober was an icon. So yes, you are not wrong, but it just tells us how old you are.
Someone wants to.
Yes. Let's hear you.
BBC Aman Paul.
What?
CNN Aman Paul.
CNN.
Oh, Christine Amanpour. Fantastic. Who is that person? I need to see the face of that person. No.
Let me take the camera.
That person is in another level of his. Who is it? Interesting. Chat me up after this class. Okay. Don't worry, I've seen her. Chat me up after this class. Yes, one more person. Those people that have said their favorites, don't think that there's no follow-up question. No. It's a trap.
Ahmed Issa.
Ahmed Issa, fantastic. Wait. Ahmed Issa, give Ahmed Issa back the phone. So Ahmed Issa, why?
Man. I so much like that man because he's saying the truth, and whenever you go there, even if you are sad, from there you'll be happy because it's a straightforward person.
This is your answer. Okay, interesting. Okay. Let's give Christina Amanpour.
When it comes to politics, her charisma alone, the way he interviewed, the way he carried herself.
Please send me your phone number. Please stand up and clap for her. Black Belle, I saw you. Those ones I did not clap for. I saw you. See this person wearing spirit. You alone clap for her. I saw you did not clap.
You alone, clap for her.
I saw you did not clap. Just clap before I call your name. Okay. That is fantastically correct. I want to give Favor. Favor is online. Okay, Favor, who is your favorite? Favor said Rufai. Favor, can you tell us why Rufai is your favorite? Why?
So recently, I was asked this question in class, and when I said Rufai, the teacher said, in the professional sense of things, that Rufai is not a professional journalist. However, I think that his attack, his attack to the government is very much needed, and I like it. I like how when Rufai says something, he makes them to say what they are not supposed to say or just lose their cool there in the studio. That's why I like him.
Fantastic. Favor, congratulations. Send your phone number. Fantastic. That is a very brilliant answer. That's a very brilliant answer. Those of you that are supposed to send your phone number, please check. I think by now you should have received your recharge cards now. Um, so you know why I like your two answers, right? Is so for Christine Amanpour, right? She said the way she carries herself, right? The way she carry, that's very important. That is what makes you a successful on air personality. Sometimes it's not about how brilliant you are.